There is one thing that all top badminton players share. It's not a strong smash, it's not quick movement on the court, it's mental strength. In this video, I share why mental toughness is so important for badminton players and a few ways that you can improve your mental strength. So why is mental strength so important? Number 1, you don't get jitters during matches. Badminton is such a technically intensive sport where the smallest movements dictate what you will hit. If you're trying to hit a tight net drop or a close to the line smash, you need to be ultra focused so that you can hit these shots. If you're at all nervous or your hands are shaking just a little bit, that can throw off your shots, throw off your movements, and just disrupt your whole game. If you're nervous, you'll find it harder to hit those tight net drops, those close to the net back drops, or the down the line smashes. Number 2, you won't get frustrated from your mistakes. It's near impossible to not make mistakes during a badminton match. When you lose rallies, you're making mistakes. Maybe you're not getting to their shot, or you're hitting it into the net. People often say that the best athletes have a very short memory. If you have a strong mental, you won't get frustrated from your mistakes. You will learn to make these mistakes, acknowledge them, but just move on to the next rally. If you're too focused on your mistakes, you won't be able to move on from that rally, and you might continue making the same mistakes throughout the whole match. And number 3, you'll be able to focus during crucial moments. Badminton matches are so short, they're only 21 points per game. You'll often find yourself in tight games such as 16-all, or even 20-all where you would have to win 2 points in a row to beat your opponent. If you don't have extreme focus or you find yourself getting distracted easily, it's hard to perform well during these crucial moments. With mental strength, you won't get frustrated if your opponent takes a 1-point lead. You'll be able to focus during these crucial moments and perform to the best of your ability. What are some ways that we can improve our mental strength? Number 1, the biggest thing for me is no distractions during training. This means if we're doing on-court drills or something like that, we're not talking, we're not listening to music, we're trying to replicate these in-game situations with no distractions and performing to the best of our abilities. If we learn how to stay focused during training, we can apply this to real games and stay focused during the matches. Make sure you take training seriously and don't give yourself any distractions. Number 2 is being okay with being uncomfortable. Training is so hard, we all know that. We've all had those days where we're super sore everywhere in our body and we don't want to continue. We need to learn to be okay with being uncomfortable. Just like in a real match, you don't know what's going to happen. There might be other circumstances that make you uncomfortable, like the crowd, maybe the drift of the wind, or just making a lot of mistakes. If we're okay with being uncomfortable in practice, we'll be more okay during these real matches. Number 3, find a way to give yourself some pressure during practice. During a real match, there's so much on the line. If you lose this match, you're out of the tournament. If you lose this match, you go home. There's pressure from your friends, your family, your fans, anyone watching. If you can replicate a similar amount of pressure during your practices, you'll be more used to this during a real match and you won't feel as nervous. Some things I like to do is count the number of mistakes I make. Or if I'm not able to return a shot, maybe I do 5 or 10 burpees right then and there. Having this added pressure gives you something to work for during your training and lets you work even harder. And number 4, never give yourself excuses. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. There's always things that you can improve on. The most important thing is to not give yourself excuses. In practice, don't say, I'm having a rough day, I'm not going to work as hard today because I didn't sleep well. This just gives you room to be more lazy. Same thing in tournaments. Don't say I lost this match because they had a very hot day, or for some reason maybe my socks didn't feel good in my shoes. There's no reason for these excuses. Just be honest with yourself and take things as they come. If you give yourself excuses, you're not letting yourself play to your fullest potential. There's always that little bit holding you back where if you lose, you feel okay with it because you have an excuse. If you really lose, you should feel frustrated, you should feel sad. That way, the next time you're going back, you're playing the same person or doing some challenge, you'll be able to overcome it. This is why mental toughness is so important for badminton players. We're all born different, but the one thing we can all improve is our mental toughness. If you can reach new levels of mental strength, you'll find yourself working harder during practices and pushing yourself to the limit during tournaments. Keep working on your mental strength and see how far it takes you. Thank you again for watching this video. And like always, if you enjoyed, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below. That's all I have for you this time. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next video.